preseason program here. Just how do you feel about where your team is at now as you take this break and training camp?
Well, I feel like we're coming together as a team. There's a long way to go, and I think our guys realize that. Just watching today without watching the tape, there's still a lot of sloppiness that we have to clean up moving forward.
Yeah, what is your plan for tomorrow? You have the guys here for one more day, right?
We do have them for one more day. We'll let you know when the time's right.
Is there going to be a team building activity of some sort?
We'll let you know when the time's right.
Matt, do you anticipate, you've gone through this before with new guys, your offense, when you come back for training camp, how much of a period of review do you think you're going to need before you would start moving forward with other things?
I feel like you're going to have to backtrack quite a bit.
I think you always you hit the reset button every time. Really, we do that in every phase. From phase one to when we start OTAs, we kind of reset it, and we'll do the same thing with training camp, and it just gives them another opportunity. I think you can't hear the information enough, because when something is new, you can't possibly expect everybody to get every single detail. So you got to review it over and over and over. And I think every time you hear it as a player, coach, whatever, there's a new detail that you can retain and really think about.
Is that what leads to the sloppiness that you mentioned, or what did you think was kind of sloppy out there?
Yeah, I just like towards the tail end there. That was the third day in a row we've done a 2-minute operation, and the defense is definitely ahead of the game right now. But yeah, it's not as crisp and smooth as I'd like our operation to be.
Saw Jason drop out with the elbow yesterday. It looked like he returned. Was there an aggravation to that, or was it just precautionary?
Yeah, just again precautionary.
You've put in offenses a lot the last several years. I'm not sure what your expectations were, but have you met your expectations of where you wanted to get to heading into the break here?
I don't know if you ever do as a coach. I think you always want more, and even when they're handling it well, you still want more. So I think we're coming together. I think, like I told you guys yesterday, I love the character of this team. I think these guys are working hard, but I think there's a ways to go, and I'm looking forward to getting these guys back in training camp and seeing where we can go with this thing.
How's Darnell Savage coming along, making that just from college to pro team?
Well, he's done a great job. You see him out there running with the ones, and I think again he's a smart guy, and he is really talented. So we'll see, though. It's everything looks pretty right now when you don't have the pads on. So we'll see what it looks like when we get the pads on.
How do you determine with rookies which rookies are ready to maybe rep with the ones, and which rookies need a little bit more time before they're ready for that?
Yeah, I think every situation is a little bit different in that regard. They have to earn it. I don't care if you're a first-round pick or free agent. You got to earn it. And I think the guys that you see out there running with the ones, they've done a nice job. They've shown that they can handle it. The only way you truly know is you got to put them in that position. But I think I'm excited about those young guys that we got on defense.
Did you come in and give a guy like Deshaun a blank slate to a degree, or do you have a more expectation of him, considering he's played, he's had 15 starts, he's played a handful of NFL games?
Yeah, I think you get a early evaluation on a guy, but everybody comes in when you're new. I think that's the only way you go about your business, is everybody has a blank slate.
Matt, what did you see from Raven Green this spring, and how do you see his skill set kind of fitting into Mike's defense and what he can do for him?
Yeah, Raven, he's a smart football player, and again, has shown some versatility, whether we line him up as a dime or at safety. So I'm excited about him moving forward.
You mentioned sloppiness. So as a coach who's trying to build respect with these guys and also build relationships with them, how do you go about walking the line of being tough on them and making them understand what they did isn't quite good enough, and yet also kind of getting them a feel for who you are and how you're going to coach them going forward?
Well, it's not just about them. It's us as coaches too. I mean, it starts with us. We got to coach a heck of a lot better in order to have a higher expectation level and higher standards. So it starts with me. I got to do a better job.
Looking forward to training camp, the joint practices with the Texans. What do you anticipate with that? And do you think you'll do any night practices on Michigan Field?
Yeah, I'm kind of working through all that stuff right now. But I think anytime you get an opportunity to practice against another team, that's good because you can't replicate necessarily the same competitive spirit when you're going against somebody else. So it'll be a good change of scenery, a different style, both offensively and defensively. So it just creates some new challenges, and I mean that's what it is week in and week out in the NFL. And then as far as I can certainly see us having we have family night. That's a night practice, so that is one right there. But no, we're going to explore that as we move forward, especially opening up on that Thursday night with the Bears.
Maybe 2 days of practices with the Texans?
Yeah, we have 2 scheduled practices with them.
The last several years, Aaron didn't play much in preseason because he's learning a new offense. Will that change?
I think we're going to just take that one day at a time. But as far as I haven't even really thought about that a whole bunch as up to this point. It's just going to be more or less, let's see where we are when we get to those games.
Philosophically, do you like your backs to be big factors catching the ball, or does it not really matter where the ball goes in your mind?
Oh, I love it when we can give them the ball in the passing game. That's one more eligible that the defense really has to focus on. And when you talk about getting 5 guys out and into a concept, it just opens up more space inside typically.
Obviously OTAs and this being kind of the teaching and learning phase and all that. When you get to training camp, do you expect things to kind of ramp up in terms of pace and intensity, or because of learning a new system, do you still need to at least start out keeping things at still that energy?
I think you're constantly learning, whether you're first year in the offense or 5th year in the offense. So, but we all know that when it gets to training camp, that's when the live bullets start to come at you, so to speak. And it's just going to be good to see these guys in live action, with those preseason games and really with the pads on.
Matt, Aaron had some pretty strong positive words about Jake Kumerow yesterday. How do you see him fitting what you do on offense, and what do you kind of think of the spring he's had?
Yeah, I think Jake's done an outstanding job. He's just reliable. He's consistent, and I think that's what you look for in players. He's got really strong hands, and he's a much bigger guy than I think he might come across. So, I'm excited about him.
Matt, your receivers, do you have designations? Like, it doesn't seem like you have a real slot receiver, but you're using everybody in different ways in terms of slot, outside, right, left. Tell us about the receiver situation. How do they have to play all the positions?
Yeah, I mean, you'd like guys that are versatile enough to go inside or outside, because then it's hard from a defensive perspective to know exactly how to scheme and take somebody away. I think we got a couple guys that we're looking in there right now that will spend the majority of their time out on the field in the slot position. But we got a guy like Devontae. You're gonna move him all over the place.
Matt, we asked you at the combine if there have been any surprises to that point, and I think you joked that you were surprised that there was so much media attention or something. Now that we're through the off-season program, getting ready for camp, what have been kind of the pleasant surprises that you've experienced in your first go-around as a head coach in any area, really?
Oh man, there's a lot of surprises, but no, the one thing that's so cool that makes, in my opinion, that this job so special is just when you talk about the people within our organization and the support that they've given me and our staff and our players too. So it's amazing how many things you can get done around Lambeau with just all the help that's there for you.
Where does the bracket stand in the basketball tournament in the team meeting room?
How'd you know about that?
I believe the quarterback was making fun of his number one receiver.
Oh yeah,
performance.
yeah. We're close. We're gonna be tomorrow. Will be the finals, so we'll let you know who won that one.